Good evening, class. Thank you for joining our studies, and where we'll be talking about God, only God, and His creation. So I just want to take this opportunity to thank the Ebishter for having created us in His own image, and saying that in the infinity of life, where we are, life is whole, life is complete, life is perfect. Everything is Hashgasha practice. Everything is divine providence. Everything is Ein Od Milvado. There's nothing but God. Everything is Gamzu Latova, whatever God does for the best. So these studies are very important studies because they open up, they reveal, they unravel some truth that were very inaccessible to some of us in antiquity, but now, because of globalization and the introduction of technology, this knowledge is now everywhere. So without wasting much of your time, today's topic is on theology of coffee. We're going to be talking about coffee. The theology of coffee, especially kosher coffee. How kosher coffee can wake up your spiritual life. It's a research. It's done. And a friend of mine asked me a question. He said to me, but it's not in the Bible. So because I'd done another presentation and this guy was saying, it's not in the Bible. It's not in the Torah. Then I said, oh, that's fine. It's good. Does it mean to say everything we do must be in the Bible? That's the question I asked him. He said, yeah, yes. Then I said to him, can you take me to the Bible and point at me, or point at where it says, point to me at where it says, eat sadza. Where it says sadza, it lies sadza. Because of the rain, if you're making your thick African thick porridge, whatever sadza, you cook it this way and you mix it with salt and do this. It's not there. But if you don't eat sadza and say sadza is not in the Bible, you will die. So this is the era of knowledge. You cannot dispute that. It's the era of knowledge. So our topic today is theology of kosher coffee. Coffee. How kosher coffee can wake up the spiritual life. It's not something new, no. Where some of us, where we come from, we drink coffee. That's our spiritual prescription in most cases. So it's known. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. Just bring the facts. This is a research. So what are we saying? In the world of religion, in the secular world, coffee has many uses and benefits, and it has been used over 1,000 of years. And it started in Ethiopia. When they saw it, it was observed when goats ate some leaves. Then they developed a certain behavior that people loved. So they started to use coffee. Then they first roasted it, and then so that's the brief history. Then it went into Egypt, then it went into Europe. That's coffee. So the spiritual benefits, there are so many benefits. There are up to 51. I just pray to God that I finish the 51 bullets about coffee, about the benefits of coffee. So from a spiritual standpoint, it provides peace of mind and grounding. When I'm talking about coffee, I'm not talking about that coffee with milk. It's not coffee with milk. It's not researched. So it provides peace of mind and grounding. It helps to dispel nightmares, negative thoughts, and coffee overcome, blockages and unhealthy emotions. It is ideal coffee for protection and to get rid of all kinds of negative and black energy. Research says that coffee is considered to be excellent on breaking cases and clear blockages, Some people even cursed by people, so you can use coffee to unblock and break the curses. So, having said that, an addendum to that is coffee helps to facilitate conversation with Hashem. I don't know how it's just a research. I'm just wondering how it happens, where conversation facilitates your communication with God, and therefore makes it quite clear as a vessel in which, if should we want to see God, it becomes a vessel. Should we want to connect with Hashem, should want to talk to God, I think it realigns. I don't know, it realigns your thoughts with the Creator. Then we become one thing. And the researchers eat that, it invokes our senses of imagination to encounter God and ourselves. So researchers eat that when you're holding a cup of coffee when you're cupping them in your hands, the cup of coffee, the warmth radiates through your hands, the warmth through your forearms and your shoulders. The warmth is, wafts through the air from the dark caramel color of the coffee, almost black. And the whole experience becomes sensual and helps you to have a good sleep, to wake up fresh with a positive mental attitude and gratitude, with tranquility. Coffee, that's what it does. No, you feel very tranquil and peaceful. And it induces a peaceful demeanor, which invites a person to meet God with a fresh mind. So that's the spiritual benefits of coffee. And in addendum to that is that, like a person like myself, I grew up in the villages where we grew cotton, or gardening, we grew vegetables. So my mom, she would say, when you take a knapsack sprayer, to spray the vegetables. But the pesticides we used, the pesticides we called systemic pesticides. You spray the vegetables, and the pesticides would enter into the system of the vegetable or the plant. So the chemical, the pesticide, protected the plant from within the plant. That's why it was called systemic pesticide. So any pest that would come to suck the juice of the vegetable would die, but from within the system. So to spray, and the system, the chemical would go straight into the system of the plant. That's why it's called systemic. So any pest that would come and try to suck the sap, try to suck the juice of the vegetable, would be killed. So it was called, the chemical was called pesticide. It was used to protect the vegetables from being devoured by pests. The same applies with coffee. It's called a spiriticide. You drink it, inside it operates from within. And any demon coming from outside to try to take to suck the juice from you is killed. It's not me. When you think it's me, it's not. But let me put this disclaimer. Not everyone is with me in this research of coffee worshipping, in the coffee worshipping department. Not everyone is with me. We argue, it's okay. Most people go forth, back and forth, whether coffee is healthy and whether we should drink it daily. There are so many researches and papers out there. So the debate is fierce on this topic, but it is difficult to know what these facts are. I have just gathered facts that I have sifted using a literature review. That's and came up with such a report or a presentation. I'm pretty passionate about coffee and have researched extensively, so I decided to share with you, to make it a comprehensive list that I would share with you. So this is a thorough research on the health benefits. They are also, I didn't look at the side effects. I just looked on the health benefits of coffee. The side effects is your duty now. After having seen this, you can my side benefits. So in this article, in this presentation, I'm not talking about those 50 syrup pump vende frappuccino and cappuccino from Starbucks. No, it's different. I'm talking about black coffee, unadulterated pure coffee, espresso. Yekumusha ye sukuya ni imwe yekuchechi. No, that's the coffee I'm talking. Black coffee without milk. With milk, you need to do another research for yourself. And from this research, I honestly think coffee should be classified as a superfood. Should be classified as a superhero, as a secret of all ages. Coffee, guys, coffee is healthy. According to research, according to tons and tons of time invested in research, the results are that coffee is healthy, coffee is beneficial, coffee wards off demons. It's delicious. So I can just now I can list was after having explained, extensively. I have 51 bullets, but I don't know that I'll be able to finish. But out of these bullets, I'll start with the first bullet. Coffee wakes you up. Coffee contains a caffeine which is absorbed in the bloodstream and travels to the brain. Caffeine blocks an inhibitory neurotransmitter, which leads to a stimulant effect. Then for those who are studying, for those who want to read, it wakes you up. And point number 2, coffee improves your focus. I don't need to dwell on this one. And coffee, number 3, coffee helps to relieve headaches. It's a research. Number 4, coffee makes you smarter. Very smart. Coffee is currently the most widely consumed psychoactive substance in the world. And remember, psychoactive substances have an effect on one's mind and behavior. Some have a negative effect, but I'm talking about the positive effect. So coffee makes someone very smart in class, very intelligent in class. Coffee, did you know? So it has a lot of essential nutrients. It's not just a caffeine. It's packed with several other vitamins and minerals you may need to remain healthy. So a single dosage, a single cup of coffee contains these essential nutrients. Plus, drinking coffee will give you a boost in some essential nutrients. Number 6, coffee is a source of antioxidants. And these antioxidants are natural occurring substances that can help you avoid or delay damage to your cells. So coffee does so by preventing free radicals from developing in your body. So drinking coffee on a regular basis provides a large boost of antioxidants to fight off those free radicals. So indeed, coffee, like I've said, is rich in antioxidants. Should we drink it? Yes. So again, coffee improves good cholesterol. So the antioxidants in coffee also improve total cholesterol. Coffee raises what is called high density lipoprotein. So then it's very important. It also removes bad low density protein. A study was, I've said this is a scientific study, a scientific study that was conducted by researchers at the University of Minnesota Medical School they found that antioxidants contain an enzyme called glutathione peroxide, which has critical benefits to those who have low HDL cholesterol. So they found out that people with the high levels of glutathione enzyme and low levels of good cholesterol were 6 times less likely to develop cardiovascular diseases. Coffee reduces inflammation. I'm just mentioning because of my time. I'll explain when I come across a difficulty concept. Coffee is one of the lowest calorie drinks. If you are trying to lose weight, or you are doing your best to maintain your current weight, coffee is a good choice. A single cup of about 8 ounces brewed coffee, black, is 2 calories. Just try it, unless you decide to go or Starbucks or Frappuccino. It's not my research. I learn you and I get all right. And when you start to add sugar and cream and milk to coffee, that's another story. I did not research about that. So, and then it starts becoming unhealthy, and there's a huge jump in the calorie count. Sugar, cream, is another story. This is not about that research. This is black coffee, no sugar, no nothing. No, yes, here and there you can put salt. So according to Harvard University of Harvard, a tablespoon of cream, a tablespoon of sugar and whole milk contains 52 calories, 48 calories and 90 calories respectively. So these calories are not good now for your health. That's why it's in the researches that I've, in the articles that I was reading around, they discourage people to put milk, to put cream, to put sugar in the coffee. So it now doesn't work the way it should. So people should not put sugar. I'm not suggesting for you. This is a research. So coffee again keeps you hydrated. When you drink it. And another paper suggests that coffee improves your physical performance because it stimulates the nervous system. You see, causing it to send the signals to the cells to break down body fat. The body fat which then is released into the blood, which can be used as fuel. So it increases epinephrine or adrenaline levels in the blood. So it improves your physical performance. And again, another paper was suggesting that coffee preserves your muscles. Studies show that coffee can set off the part of your brain that releases the growth factor. So how does it do it? So coffee set off the part of your brain that releases the growth factor and promotes a person. It triggers the growth, a hormone called an anti-aging hormone, and you look much younger because of coffee. Because the neuromotor, that's biology. The neuromotor degradation is amongst the leading causes of age-related muscle atrophy. So neuromotor degradation, but with coffee now, it set off that part of the brain that releases growth factor. So coffee preserves your muscles. You look younger. So there are so many points, but it reduces muscle soreness, muscles. That's another point. Coffee helps you to meet your daily dietary requirements of soluble food. So it helps you to meet your daily requirements. So a cup of coffee, say 1.8, I don't know, grams of dietary fiber. A study has shown that it's very important. It improves your dietary requirements. Again, it helps. Black coffee, I'm talking black coffee, kosher black coffee, it helps keep your bowel healthy and protect against constipation. So you can read it by yourself. So the most important point here is coffee again can lower the risk of cholesterol or colorectal cancer. Colorectal cancer, lower risk actually. So coffee can lower the risk of getting colorectal cancer, also known as bowel cancer. Why? Because the antioxidants present in coffee are found to have an element called anti-carcinogenic properties, which are thought to help reduce the inflammation responsible for some tumors. So you see, it's very important. Can lower risk of cancer. And another paper again suggests that coffee helps to produce an increase in metabolic activity. So that's what it does. So they are what we call bacteria, which are basically beneficial bacteria found in the gut. Coffee has been found to help those bacteria in your gut to remain healthy. It contains a very significant amount of soluble fiber and phenolic compounds. These phenolic compounds can also be found in olive oil. Next time I'll be looking at olive oil. Coffee improves again. There are so many, I can't remember them all, but coffee improves blood circulation system. Coffee improves blood circulation system. And it again, some researchers think that coffee enhances DNA repair. Can also protect against retinal damage. So, and they say coffee may protect against cataract, eye cataract. That was a study, an experiment that was done by some scientists, and they discovered that humans would have to consume over 6 cups of coffee daily, which might be very difficult. You have a higher chance. That was tested. They tested it with rats. The higher chances of not being attacked by cataracts. So, and again, the same paper suggests that coffee may protect against eyelid spasm. This was done by a team of researchers from the University of Bari. They discovered that the caffeine in coffee can prevent an eyelid spasm development. So you can go and research by yourself. And very, very important to people who are asthmatic, coffee helps relieve the symptoms of asthma. The caffeine in coffee has a beneficial effect on the pulmonary function of non-smokers. It can help relieve the symptoms of asthma. And again, coffee lowers the risk of gallstones and the bladder diseases. There are so many gallstones and matombo mumu. Coffee lowers the risk of those. And some kidney stones. There are some people have those kidney stones, but coffee, should you want to put lemon, it's allowed. So, of most important significant, coffee reduces the risk of oral cancer. And on this particular one, studies show that coffee consumption can reduce one's oral cancer from 60% to 10%. So this was done by an American Cancer Society. And people who drank more than 4 cups of caffeinated coffee a day were about half as likely to die from that cancer as people who drank coffee only occasionally. So 4 cups a day, I recommended 4 cups a day. In the morning, around 10, around 2, black coffee. Coffee again lowers the risk of liver cancer. So there are so many examples, like coffee lowers the risk of prostate cancer. I have no time, you know, but the truth is that coffee is very important. We should drink coffee always. Coffee protects you from cardiovascular diseases. Coffee protects you from cardiovascular. So drinking 1 to 2 cups of coffee per day could significantly reduce your risk of cardiovascular diseases every day. In women, research says coffee lowers the risk of stroke in women. So in a research that was done in 2011, 34,670 women participated in this research. And women who drank more than 1 cup of coffee per day had about 25% lower risk of stroke than those who drank not. So, you see, again, coffee is greater for your skin. Coffee drinkers had a lower risk of developing basal cell carcinoma, BCC. It's very important for developing for your skin. Is known especially to if you want to take care of your skin. And this has been found especially to people who are non-coffee drinkers. Their skin was kind of, crooked and crocodilish, So that's how important coffee is. Very important. Coffee lowers stress, possibly by just smelling it. Go for my coffee. It lowers stress. When you're feeling stressed at work, you could make yourself feel better by taking a big waft or sniff cup of coffee before drinking it, by examining the brain of some sleep-deprived rats. So it was tested with rats, and it was very effective. So you can whiff it, you can sniff it, you can smell it. If you feel that you're depressed or you have stress, so it lowers depression. Coffee lowers the risk of developing depression and dramatically reduces, risk of suicide. Did you know that coffee reduces the risk of suicide? Suicide is usually caused by depression. So coffee lowers that depression and then reduces the risk of suicide. A study that was done by Harvard School of Public Health determined that drinking between 2 and 4 cups of coffee can reduce the risk of suicide in men and women by 50%. Coffee chat, ngoma coffee, I just sungri. You see how Isus Mazioni, we are blessed, very much blessed. We're the men of God in Samuel Mtendi. I don't know how he got these things. That's why we say he was a man of God. Some of these things, we are reading them today, but he came with that package from heaven. So, as a fulfiller, because when he came, there was no Torah of truth. 1913, there was no Bible. So he came, and then he didn't compete with it. He complements. So those are some of the benefits of coffee. If you want the research, you can follow. If you don't want, that's okay. But coffee protects against dementia. Dementia affects usually people of age 65 to 88. But coffee has been found to be very effective as a panacea to dementia and Alzheimer. So, should we drink coffee? Yes. Why? To improve our memory. It can improve our memory. It can heal dementia. It can heal Parkinson. It's a research, not me. So some people, especially when you are growing old, have a tendency of ringing. There's some ringing in the ears. Coffee can help to reduce that. And it's also very, very important for the health of your teeth. So there are some antibacterial in coffee that were found to inhibit plaque formation and prevent dental decay. Coffee no protect mazino continue serete. So, and can stimulate hair growth. Those people with problem of hair growth, coffee can do that. So this I find this very interesting now. This point, this bullet. Coffee protects against erectile dysfunction. The caffeine in coffee can increase the blood flow to several organs, especially the phallus, the male principle. And the male principle needs blood to become and stay erect. So coffee increases blood flow, especially the phallus. So erectile dysfunction is basically the inability to have and maintain an erection. So coffee now is coming in. That's the secret. So since drinking coffee daily ensures you have a continuous supply of caffeine in your blood, so you can be assured during your moment of truth that you'll be perfect. And that's about this research about coffee. So that's what I gathered. Should you want further, you can this is the world of internet. But lastly, if not least, coffee may add years to your life. How? Researchers from the National Cancer Institute found that adults who drink 3 or more cups of coffee a day have a 10% lower risk of death. This study was conducted by the Harvard Health Letter with 400,000 participants. Understand? But these participants were men and women. The study found that drinking 2 or more cups of coffee daily would equate to a 10% reduction in deaths for men and 15% reduction of deaths in women compared to those who don't drink. So what are we saying, guys? Go and drink coffee. Go and grab a cup of coffee. Go and grab a cup of coffee. Black coffee, for that matter. So instead of you brewing 100 cups of coffee, try filling your tub. The most important one is now, this is a fresh research. Some are suggesting that people can you can bath with coffee. It's a new research. It's a new research that they've discovered. So you can do that. You can bath with coffee. Some tabu. Ubika coffee yako geza nayo. So instead of 100 cups of coffee a day, try filling your tub with hot water. We call it hot water immersion, and later add espresso coffee. The coffees that we have. For better results, you can save the coffee grounds and mix with them. You can mix that coffee with olive oil, or coconut oil, or jojoba oil. The options are many and varied. You can rub the ground beans and oil on your body in order to remove the dead skin and allow better absorption of your espresso. Then you're done. You look much younger. You're healthy. You ward off demons. That's coffee for you. Should we drink coffee? Yes. What about the side effects? I did not look at the side effects because my position is to look at the positive mental. I'm a positively mental attitude in a person. I look at positive. I have that positive mental attitude. I don't look at negative things. They're not negative, but they're side effects. But why do we need them? Coffee is important. Take your cup, grab your cup, drink your coffee, black coffee. Thank you so much for listening and attending. I really appreciate. May God bless you. In the mighty name of Hashem, the Bishta. Amen, amen, and amen.